Lou Basenese joining me for the moment. All right, Lou. Gold, new high, $5,100 an ounce. Silver, over $100 an ounce. Bitcoin, not reaching new highs. That's not the safety, the safe haven.
Yeah, this is more than a safe haven trade. I'd say it's a debasement trade. You've seen central banks since 2020 print $10 trillion of money. People aren't concerned about volatility. They're concerned about the denominator and how much money is in circulation. If this was about a safe haven, you wouldn't see other assets at record highs. You wouldn't see stocks at all-time highs, both in the U.S. and in the Eurozone. You wouldn't see real estate at all-time highs. Those things would be selling off if this was a flight to safety. This is a bet and a worry about treasuries, not the rest of the market.
Gold's up about 50 or 60% this calendar year.
Yeah. Huge catch-up trade. I would say, I've been saying this earlier, it's momentum, right? So we saw money printing going through the financial crisis, and gold really didn't have a huge move during that time. Didn't have a huge move during the Biden administration when we had 9.1% inflation. Now you're getting that catch-up in momentum.
Trump's threatening 100% tariffs on Canada if they go through with some kind of China deal. Yeah. That's not what the market wants to hear.
No one cares. It's EU deja vu all over again. I mean, we did this last week with the European Union and Greenland, right?
Nobody
We're going to do it this week. It's another... the fact that everyone hasn't
Canada
figured
cares,
out...
let me tell you.
He's rewriting the playbook on game theory, and they haven't read it yet. I mean, we see this playing over time and time again. Great opportunity for investors. Keep buying the dips.
This is fascinating. Stay there, please. We need a lot more coverage from you for this hour.
Trump is going to talk about all of this at an event on Wednesday at the Department of Treasury. So we're going to get full details then. But I know a lot of families are interested in exactly how these accounts are going to work.
I would too. I mean, why not? You know, what do you think, Lou?
I love this. It's the core value that you learn when you come to Wall Street. Start small, start big, just start. It doesn't matter. You have to start investing early. It doesn't get any earlier than this. My only thing is the rules haven't been set yet is restricting withdrawals at any time before they're an adult, right? You got to have that money compound over time. You can't have these rules that allow you to take that money out because everyone will do that.
So you think it should be like a 401k?
It should be like a 401k or a custodial account that there's a penalty for withdrawing early.
Okay. You'd be happy with that?
I'd be happy. Look, I think you're getting more people involved in the stock market. Asset owners are ahead. If you look at since about 2010, the bottom 50% are up over 1,200% because they've owned assets. So this is a key way to keep the 1% in check and narrow that wealth gap.
So long as stocks keep going up over a long period.
Hey, history's on our side. The history's on our side. The chart goes like this, up and to the right.
They always have so far. That's good. All right, thanks, everybody. Lou, do you have an explanation for gold's run up?
Yeah, I think Stephen Moore put his finger on it. It's the central bank buying. They've been net buyers, not just China, but the entire world. Central banks have been buying gold since 2010, and it's increasingly so in recent years, over 1,000 to 2,000 tons on average for some of these large central banks. So selling treasuries, getting away from the U.S. dollar, and buying into gold as a debasement trade. There's
an argument going on in Germany at the moment. They keep 1,300 tons of their gold in the Federal Reserve Bank in New York City. Yeah. And some Germans are beginning to say, hey, we can't trust the Americans any longer. Bring it back. I don't think that's going to happen either.
I don't think it's going to happen either.
No, I don't think so. All right, energy stocks reacting to the winter storm that rolled through most of the country yesterday. They're all up because we need a lot of energy. Any comment whatsoever?
Yeah, listen, the energy you're seeing, it's supply constrained. Look at what happened to nat gas prices, up 70% in the span of a week. That can happen to oil in a pinch like that when you're in a supply constrained market like we are.
Yeah, airlines.
You would never, ever, not with your money, not with Madison's money. Warren Buffett even hates it. It's an industry that requires a ton of capital to earn a little money, and it's completely volatile. No thanks.
Well, look at them right now. They're all of them, most of them are on the downside. Of course, that's storm-related problems. Word that the Department of Commerce is taking a 20% stake in USA Rare Earths. What do you think about that?
I love rare earths. We talked about this in November.
Do you like the government taking a piece of the action?
I don't love the government taking a piece of the action, but I think this is a national security issue. It's about mining and refining. China controls 61% of the mining for rare earths, 91% of the refining. The U.S. is at 9% and 1%. We need to get these critical supplies because it impacts defense, key technologies. But I think the way to play it is not trying to predict the next company the government's going to take a stake in. Play it with the ETF we talked about in November, REMX, R-E-M-X. It's up about 60% since we talked about it. It gives you exposure to multiple rare earth companies.
Okay, got it. Let's have a look at Micron. They had been doing extremely well recently. We've been reporting it straight up for most of the time, but now they're down 3%. There are reports that Samsung will be supplying Nvidia with its next generation memory chips. So they're like Micron.
No big deal. I like Micron. It's a memory play. It's smart. This is not a single supplier market, right? It's not just Nvidia or AMD. It's Nvidia and AMD. AMD is supplying the GPUs too, up 110%. Micron's still going to be a beneficiary, even if Samsung gets some business from it.
Okay. CoreWeave. A lot of people talk about this stock on our show. Most of them like it. CoreWeave and Nvidia is expanding their partnership together. Nvidia is putting $2 billion into CoreWeave. I'm sorry. That's just circular financing all over again, isn't it?
Nah, I disagree. I think it's a vertical integration, because what's the bottleneck right now? Jensen Huang's out saying we have plenty of chips to sell. There's not enough power to supply them, right? That's what CoreWeave does. They provide data centers and neoclouds to put those chips to work and to use. So Nvidia is making sure when it sells its chips, its customers actually have a place to put them to use.
Are you in Nvidia?
I own Nvidia. I don't own CoreWeave.
Will you ever sell Nvidia?
No, I don't think I'll ever sell Nvidia or Apple. I was very late to Nvidia, so I'm going to ride this one out as long as I can.
Okay. Nvidia reportedly set to pass Apple as Taiwan Semi's top customer. So what?
Yeah, so look, I think the important takeaway here is own Taiwan Semiconductor, because they make the majority of chips for all these big tech companies. Nvidia is now taking the lead because of GPUs growing faster than the smartphone market. Apple's still a major customer.
Evercore, that's an investment company, they feel good about Cisco. They've raised their target price from $80 to $100. I remember Cisco back in the late 1990s. It was the stock.
And it finally just hit a new all-time high after that, 20 years later, right? I like Cisco. This is a movement from AI being a hype-driven market to an infrastructure build. So Cisco provides all those routers and switches that are essential to this AI trend keeping going.
You brought a stock pick, as we do always.
Yeah. You make me do it. So
I do. Your stock pick, and you've been here before. Halozyme Therapeutics.
I love Halozyme Therapeutics because it's a biotech stock without the biotech risk. They make a technology that allows you to take infusions, that would be IV infusions like chemotherapy, that take 2 hours, and turn it into a shot that is on less than 5 minutes. So when we talk about healthcare going to faster care, more convenient, more compassionate, this is a way to play this. So they're not developing drugs, they're partnering with the big drug makers, and they earn a royalty each time that those new drugs are developed.
It's gone up a lot.
It's gone up significantly, but I think this could re-rate. It could actually go to $100 to $125 a share this year, is my conviction, because it's trading at only 9 times earnings. It's not being valued as a pure tech platform. It's being valued as a royalty business model. I think as they introduce new products and new partnerships, that valuation is going to change.
Now, if I want to play second-tier companies, not the Mag 7, but come down market just a little bit, you like, what's this ETF? IWMI shares Russell 2000.
I love me some small caps, right? It's been a long time since small caps have outperformed large caps, in fact, 5-6 years. But in the last 14 days, small caps have outperformed large caps. This is a way to get the entire index of small cap companies. You don't have to pick individual winners. I believe the stage is set with a U.S. growth accelerating in the economy. Domestic-focused companies are going to do the best. These are companies that have 80 to 100% of the revenue here, versus the S&P 500 has 40% from abroad. So I think the small cap play, the rally is finally here. I was early, which has the same number of letters as wrong, but now I think I'm finally right.
Well done, young man. Well done. All right, thanks. Lou, are there any oil companies which will do, American oil companies, which will do particularly well in Venezuela?
There's one and only one, and that's the one that's already there. That's Chevron. Despite any of the incentives coming from the U.S. government, all the other majors do not want to go back to Venezuela. As former Secretary Perry was indicating, they lost billions of dollars the last time the Venezuelan government seized those assets and infrastructure. So I don't think there's any incentive, not with oil prices. Unless oil prices go to $75, $80 a barrel, that Venezuelan crude is not worthwhile to anyone except for Chevron. That's there already.
Got it. Thanks very much.